Hello, good evening, Alexander. I'm sure I'm sure I'm audible to you.
So good evening. Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Alexander will wait for 2 minutes, 2 more minutes, so that other student could also join, and then we'll start it.
Okay, sir. Sir, have you completed activity ratio and all that?
Activity ratio. You were not there in the previous session. Oh, I think you were there, but you left early.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we covered the formulas only. We haven't like finished activity ratio. All right. So we have four ratios comes. We have four ratios under the activity ratio. I'll give the formula one by one for each one of them. So while we cover this topic. All right, don't worry about that.
Okay, sir. And sir, you said you would arrange an online class on last Friday, but you did it extra class.
Okay, I might have forgot about it. You should have at least dropped me a message, and I completely forgot that. So if it is okay for you, I think let me just check. So we have class tomorrow at 8:30. Actually, just tell me, it will be possible for you to take the session on Tuesday at 7:30 as per India time, 7:30 to 8:30. Then we have our uh, then I have my other class 8:30 onwards. So if it is possible for you to attend the session at 7:30 to 8:30, I'll arrange an extra class for you.
Sir, I don't think I would be able to join.
Okay. So that means we will be able to take the session on Friday only. If it is okay for you that if you can wait till Friday, then I'll definitely arrange a class for you.
Sir,
Right.
1 second, let me check.
Good evening.
Good evening, Halima. Good evening, Mariam. All right, everyone else. Mm, Halima, Mariam. Yeah. So we were discussing this topic, ratio analysis, and until now in the chapter, we have understood two variety of ratios: the liquidity ratio and solvency ratio. And I have started the activity ratios in the previous session as well, for which we have, I think, we already wrote the formula for that. In today's section, we'll be covering the activity ratios one by one. We have four ratios under the activity ratio, and we'll talk about that one by one. All right. If you have any questions regarding the topic that we discussed, you can ask those questions or doubt. Otherwise, we'll start with a new topic. Yeah, Alexander, you were confirming something. So just tell me if you will be comfortable attending an extra class on Friday. That's right.
Sir, Tuesday you said 7:30 IST.
Yeah. 7:30.
That would be okay, sir. So since on Thursday I have a small test, practical examination, so I need
Okay.
a class.
All right. No problem. So just do one thing. Drop a message to your counselor that you need an extra class this Tuesday, and ask him to arrange a class for you. So they'll share you the link, and I'll also get the link.
Okay,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Okay then. So yeah, everyone. So let's start today's discussion. Let's quickly start with the activity ratio. We already covered a lot of things in the chapter. So the last ratio we discussed in the previous class was the interest coverage ratio. And in today's session, we'll talk about the activity ratio. And in the activity ratio, the first ratio that we'll talk about is the stock inventory turnover ratio, or this is also called stock turnover. Okay, so those of you who are not there in the previous class and don't have the formula, let me write the formula for the inventory turnover ratio. This is the first ratio under the activity ratio. All right, Alexander. So inventory turnover ratio is also called stock turnover. Inventory turnover ratio is also called stock turnover ratio. And the formula for this is we take the value of cost of goods sold cost of goods sold divided by the average inventory. And I've also discussed this in the previous session that every answer that you will be getting in the activity ratio, whether it is stock turnover ratio or the trade receivable ratio or the trade payable ratio, the answer is always interpreted in terms of times. So if you're getting like 4:1 or 4:1, this won't be basically this is basically interpreted as 4 times. Activity ratio is always interpreted in terms of time. I hope this is clear to everybody. Now, this is the basic formula: cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Now, student have problem finding out the cost of goods sold as well sometimes. For that, I have also give a formula. I have given a formula for that as well in order to find out the cost of goods sold. If it is not given in the question, it's straightforward. Then the formula that we can apply to find the cost of goods sold is we can simply take the value of the opening stock given in the question, and you need to add the net purchases in it, right? And also add all direct expenses in it, and you need to subtract the closing stock. This is the formula for finding out the cost of goods. All right. And sometimes you can alternatively apply the other formula as well. We have one more formula for finding out the COGS. So depending upon the situation, you can apply any of these. So the second formula is net sales minus the gross profit. So depending upon the availability of the item, you can apply any formula. Also, I've told you that if you're not sure about what is average inventory, so average inventory, either it will be given in the question, but if it is not given in the question, then by applying this simple formula, you can get the value of the average inventory, which is opening stock plus closing stock, dividing it by 2, we will get the answer. All right. So this is the formula for finding out the inventory. Basic formula is COGS divided by average. But in case you don't know the formula for COGS, so I wrote the formula for that. Then everyone, shall we move to the question now? Then Alexander, you wrote this.
So one second. So could you scroll down?
Scroll down. This is everything that we need,
Yes,
right?
sir.
There's no
Average in. Okay.
average inventory or average inventory turnover ratio or stock turnover ratio. All right, so moving to the question, under the activity ratio, the first ratio that we are covering is inventory turnover ratio. We'll do this question first. So question number 38 says, from the following details, calculate inventory turnover ratio. Cost of revenue from operations is given. Now see, cost of goods sold is also called cost of revenue from operation. So if it is given by the name of cost of revenue from operation, don't get confused. Cost of revenue and cost of goods sold is the same thing. Cost of revenue and cost of goods sold is the same thing. Then the inventory in the beginning and at the end is given. So this is the very basic question of this topic. Let me show you how we can solve this. See, in this chapter, you will be solving the most of the question, all right? Because the questions are very easy. All you need to do is remember the formula. And if you remember the formula, you can easily apply the formula and get the answer. This is everything in this chapter need to be done by you only. I'll be helping you with the formula. So solution for this question number 38. Cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Cost of goods sold is given 9 lakh. And average inventory, though it is not directly given, but the opening stock, opening inventory, and the closing inventory is given. So by adding both these values and dividing it by 2, we will get the average inventory. 250 plus 350, that will be 6 lakhs, and 6 lakh divided by 2 will be 3 lakhs. So the inventory turnover ratio or stock turnover ratio is 2/1 or 2 times. All right, inventory turnover ratio ID. Understood, everyone? So no, not 2 times. Yeah, so 3 times. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, do you think you will be able to solve it?
Can
Question
you
number
show
39.
So can you show this?
Done, Arvind?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question number 39. Again, cost of revenue from operation is 5 lakh. Purchase is 5,50,000. Opening inventory is 1 lakh. Calculate inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio equals to COGS divided by average inventory. Okay. And COGS given in the question as 5 lakhs. Then the opening inventory is given 1 lakh. And purchases are given. But the average inventory is not given in the question. We need to figure out the value of the average inventory. How can we do that? See, the formula, we have a formula if you remember. Cost of goods sold equals to, you remember the formula? Tell me, what is the formula for finding out the cost of goods sold? It's the opening stock, right?
plus net purchases plus direct expense
plus
minus closing stock.
net purchases plus direct expense minus the closing. So whatever given in the question, we can put it here and find out the balancing value as the value of the closing stock. So CAGS is already given in the question as 5 lakh. Opening stock is also there in the question, 1 lakh. Net purchases is also, I guess, there. Yeah, 5,50,000 is given. However, the value of the purchase return is not given in the question. So let's assume that purchase return is 0. So that means net purchases will also be 5,50,000. It's equal to purchases. Then the depreciation is not given in sorry, not depreciation. Direct expenses are not given in the question. So that will be considered as, we can take it as 0 minus the closing stock. Now solving this equation, we will be getting the value of the closing stock. So this is 5 lakh and it is 6,50,000. So 5 lakhs minus 6,50,000. On the right hand side of the equation, we will be left with the closing stock negative. So ultimately, closing stock equals to 50,000. 1,50,000. Is that right? Understood? Is this clear? Tell me if it is clear or not. Calculation of closing stock is clear, everybody.
Yes, sir, clear.
Yeah.
Now, to find out the average inventory, what we can do? Sir, simply add the opening stock or opening inventory, add the take the value of the opening inventory and closing inventory or closing stock and divide it by 2. So it will be opening stock was given in the question as 1 lakh plus 1,50,000 divided by 2. We'll get 1,25,000 is the average inventory, right? Is that clear? Please tell me if this is clear or not.
Yes, sir.
And now we can put the value here 1,25,000. And by calculating it, we will be getting the value of the inventory turnover ratio, which should be 4 times. This is the answer. Please note this down quickly. If you have any doubt understanding anything, do let me.
Sir, can you scroll down? Sir, can you scroll down a bit?
Done.
So done.
So that was question number 39. Moving to the next question, question number 40. And I want you to try this question. Okay? Everyone, please give it a try. Done. Alexander, Halima, Mariam have been. And we have Sania as well. Sania, you're there?
So actually, so sorry.
Yeah. So I think you joined by mistake.
Yeah, actually, I had to join some other link. I just joined this link. Actually, I had to take
Yeah,
class.
no issue. No issue. You can leave the session. Done, everyone. Anyone finding it difficult to solve? I think I'll have to solve it for you.
No, sir. One minute.
Nobody is giving me answer. Okay, I'm waiting. This one is easy. I think we're taking more than the usual. Anyway, so solution to question number 4. We need to find out inventory turnover ratio, which is cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. And in this question, you are not provided with the cost of goods sold direct, but the net sales is there, gross profit is there. So simply, you just have to subtract COGS out of the 30, gross profit out of the net sales. And for finding out the average profit, you'll have to do the calculation. You'll have to make a working note for that. We'll do that later. First of all, let's just write down the value of the COGS. COGS will be net sales, which is given as 6 lakh, minus the gross profit, which is 30% on, it must be on sales. So 30% on sales is 1,80,000. And to determine the value of average inventory, we'll prepare a working note. COGS equals to opening stock plus net purchases minus plus direct expenses minus closing stock. So COGS will be 4,20,000.
Yes.
Opening stock, it is given in the question at 50,000, right? Plus net purchases, I think also given 3,90,000. But the direct expenses is not given in the question. It can take it as 0. Right. And the closing stock will be able to find. It will be 4,40,000 minus 4,20,000. The closing stock should be 20,000. Right? Everyone is
Yes.
getting the same closing stock 20,000.
But sir, COGS is not given in the question. We have to find it.
Yeah, so I did the calculation for that now. For finding out the COGS, I did net sales minus gross profit, which is 6 lakh minus 180.
Yes.
So that will be 4,20,000.
Yes.
Divided by average inventory will be 20,000 closing stock, opening stock is 50,000, 50 plus 20, 70, 70 divided by 2 is 43. Right? And answer will be 8 times. Right, Evan? Understood?
Yes.
Maria and Halima, is this clear? Yes or no? Just confirm. Halima, is this clear to you?
Again.
Explain it again.
Yes.
See, Halima, we need to find out inventory turnover ratio, right? But in order to find out inventory turnover ratio, we have to first of all determine the value of COGS. which is not given in the question directly. This is not given in the question. So in order to find out COGS, what we can do, we can subtract gross profit out of net sales. Can we do that? Yes or no,
Okay.
Harima?
Yes.
Okay, no. You remember the formula? We have two alternative formula for finding out the COGS. First one, let me scroll up and show you. At the beginning of today's session, I talked about that if COGS is given in the question, that is fine. If it is not given, we can first of all use this formula: opening stock plus net purchase plus direct expense minus closing stock. And if this formula cannot be applied, then in that situation, we can apply this formula: net sales minus gross profit. That will also give you the same answer. So see, in this case, in this question, we have what? We have the value of the net sales given in the question, and we have the amount percentage of gross profit. So if net sales is given as 6 lakh and the gross profit is 30%, so 30% is 30% of what? Gross profit is always calculated as a percentage of sales. All right, please remember that. So if gross profit is 30% of sales, so 30% of 6 lakh will be 1,80,000. Understood? You understand this? The
Yes.
value of the net sales is given 6 lakh. Gross profit is 30%. That will be 30% of sales. So 30% of 6 lakh is 1,80,000. Subtracting 1,80,000 out of 6 lakh, we'll be getting 4,20,000. Right? And
Yes.
because the average inventory is not given in the question, so average inventory is not given in the question. To find out the average inventory, we have to add opening stock plus closing stock. But the thing is that opening stock is given in the question. Closing stock is not there in the question. To find out the closing stock, we have to apply this formula. By applying the formula of COGS, we can find out the value of the closing stock, right? Formula for COGS is opening plus net purchase plus direct expense plus minus closing stock. So we just found out the value of the COGS, 4,20,000. This is already given,
Got it.
50,000.
Yes.
Okay, understood everyone?
Yes.
Everyone else understood this?
Yes,
Mariam,
sir.
is this clear? Evan, is this clear to you as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, note this down quickly. And if you are done, let me know. Just
Done.
tell me whenever you want me to scroll down. Alima have given the thumbs up. Evan, just confirm.
Yes, sir. Already done, sir.
You're already done. So moving to the next question. Okay, please try question number 41. Try solving it quickly.
Sir, in this cost of goods sold and average inventory, we have to find out.
Sorry, what were you saying? Sorry.
So in this cost of goods sold and average inventory, we have to find out, right?
Yeah, because cost of goods sold is also not given, and the average inventory is also. But average inventory can be easily determined since the opening inventory and closing inventory is given. You just have to add it and divide it by 2. You will get the value of the average inventory.
Done, sir.
Done, everyone else. The answer, Alexander.
Sir, I got 5.
Yeah, so that is the answer, no? 5 times. Halima, Mariam, Abel, kindly confirm.
Yes, sir. Done.
Mariam and Halima, just tell me if you're having problem. Okay.
Sir, I can't get the half answer. It's not coming
You
right.
can't get. You got the average. You got the average energy, right?
Yes, that's easy.
Just a second. You have to figure out the value of the cost of goods sold. So the formula for finding out the cost of goods sold is what? Do you remember the formula? Just tell me, Halima, what is the formula for finding out the COGS?
Opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock.
This is the formula. So tell me, do you have the value of the opening stock given in the question? Tell me, no, jaldi,
It's not.
quickly. Two lakh plus net purchases. Net purchases is also there. 4,60,000. Direct expenses. Carriage inward is a direct expense. Freight carriage inward and wages are direct expenses. Freight outward is an indirect expense. So we'll add 20 plus 30. That will be 50,000. And subtract the closing stock, which is missing in the question. Yeah, that is also given in the question. No? Closing stock is 60,000. Done. This is it. So 2 lakh plus 460, that will be 660 plus 50, 5 lakh 10,000 minus 60,000. Tell me, what will be the answer? 4,50,000, I guess. Right, Alexander? You got the COGS as 4,50,000, right now? Alex,
Sir,
5 10 minus 6.
sir, I got 6,60,000.
6,60,000. How did you get 6,60,000? Opening inventory is 2 lakh. Purchases 460. Yeah, okay. I added it incorrectly. So it is 4 plus 2, 6,60,000 minus plus 50,000, 7,50,000, 7,10,000 minus 60,000. Is it 6,60,000, right? That is what you were saying, no?
Yes.
Understood, Halima? You understood the calculation? This is COGS. Understood, yes or no?
Sir, it's like I think 6,50,000. Can you scroll up again?
It should be 6,50,000. That is what you were saying.
Yes.
Okay, just a second. See, look into the calculator. That is 2 lakh. First of all, we will take the value of 2 lakh, adding 4,60,000 in it, and adding 50,000 in it. It will be 7,10,000, right? Minus 60,000 out of it. So it should be 6 lakh. Yeah, it should be 6,50,000. Alexander, this should be 6,50,000, no?
Sir, but I don't know. I did 6,60,000, still got 5.
Okay, let me just solve it. It will be COGS divided by average inventory. So 6 lakh 30,000 divided by average inventory will be what? Opening was 2, closing was 60, so 260 divided by 2, 1,30,000,
Yes.
right now? And 650 divided by 1,30,000 is 5. Yeah, this is the right answer, 5. You might be you have calculated it wrong way. This is the right answer. 650 divided by 130. If you divide 130, 650 by 130, you will get 5. And dividing 6,60,000 by 130, answer will be 5.0769.
Yes, sir. I got 5.0. Then I took it as
Yeah.
well.
So that is not the right answer, because you in the numerator you took the value of COGS as 6,60,000. That's why your answer is different.
Yes.
Now it is clear, na? Alima, is this clear to you now?
Yes, clear.
Right. So moving to the next question. That was question number 41. Try question number 42. Or just do one thing. Let's move to the next concept. Just take the screenshot of question number 42, everyone. This is your homework. I'm sure now you'll be able to do questions of this topic. Done with the screenshot, everyone?
Done.
Yes, sir.
Next question, take the screenshot. Abin, Mariam, Halima, Alexander. Do it quickly.
Done, sir.
Next question, take the screenshot. Or let's do one thing. Let's solve this question. Question number 44. Credit revenue from, this is not credit revenue, it's cost of revenue from operation. This is cost of revenue. There is a mistake in writing it. It is cost of revenue from operation. All right. The cost of revenue from operation or credit revenue from operation is the same thing. 6 lakh. Cash revenue from operation. Okay. That is given it. Basically, credit revenue and cash revenue is given separately. That's why it is written as credit revenue and cash revenue. Sum total of this is cost of revenue from operation. All right, understood. Basically, we have to add this to get the value of the total cost of revenue. Yeah, just a second. Net revenue from operation. We have to find out net revenue, and to find out net revenue, we'll have to add credit plus cash. So, and adding. Just a second.
So we are able to see our solution.
No, I'm not solving it. I'm trying to think how can we solve this question. Okay. So credit revenue can be taken as, yeah, okay, all right. This is the credit revenue can be taken as the credit sales and cash revenue can be taken as the cash sales. Got it, everyone? So this is credit sale and cash sales. Gross profit is given as 25% of cost. Closing inventory is 3 times of the opening inventory. Opening inventory was 10% of the cost of revenue from operations. All right, this seems a little complicated, but not that difficult. Let's start with the solution. You want to give it a try first, everyone? Just let me tell you, credit revenue is nothing but the credit sales. Cash revenue is the cash sales. You wish to try this question first and then I'll solve this for you if it is okay. Just tell me if you want me to do it. I'll start.
Sir, I think it would be better if you do it because I'm not sure
Okay,
about.
no problem. All right, no issues. See, first of all, because again we need to find out the inventory turnover ratio. Okay, so we'll directly start with the formula only. So question number 44. Formula is inventory turnover ratio equals to COGS divided by average inventory. Okay, so COGS, how do we calculate COGS? COGS can be calculated simply by subtracting gross profit out of net sales. Right? Gross profit subtracted from net sales will give you the answer for the COGS. But the net sales is not given in the question directly. However, the credit revenue and cash revenue is given. So to find out the net sales, what we do, we add credit revenue from operations and we'll add cash revenue from operations. This will give us the value of the net sales and then we'll subtract the gross profit. This will give us the value of the COGS. Okay. Credit revenue is given in the question 6 lakh. Cash revenue is given as 2 lakhs. All right. And gross profit is 25% of cost. 25% of gross profit is how much? It is 25% of cost. So the thing is that we have no information about the cost in the question. So you can presume that the cost means cost of goods sold, everyone. All right. So cost means what? Cost is cost of goods sold. Gross profit is 25% of cost, that is cost of goods sold. The thing is that cost of goods sold is not given in the question. So let's do one thing. Let's presume the value of the cost of goods sold as X. Can we do that? Just tell me if we can do this or not. Can we presume the value of the cost of goods sold as equal to X?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So now if the value of the cost of goods sold is X and totaling the credit and cash revenue equals to 8 lakh. So gross profit will be how much? 25%
1 by
of
4x.
X can be, yeah, 1 by 4x or 0.25x. Yes. So X equal to 8 lakhs minus 0.25x, either this or 1 by 4x. All right. Now, transferring this value to the left hand side of the equation, we'll get 1.25x equal to 8 lakh. Is that right? And to find out the value of the X, 8 lakh can be divided by 1.25. So that will give you, just a minute, 8 lakh divided by 1.25. So this will be 6,40,000. Understood? Is it clear? Yes or no? So this is the value of the COGS. X is equal to COGS. Tell me if it is clear, yes or no, everyone.
Yes, sir. Clear.
So if it is clear, what you can do, I have to put my tab on card. you got the value of COGS. Now we can put this value here, 6,40,000. And to find out the value of the average inventory, it says in the question that closing inventory was 3 times of opening inventory. 3 times of opening inventory. And what about opening inventory? It says opening inventory was 10% of cost of revenue from operation. What do you mean by cost of revenue? Alexander, what do you mean by cost of revenue from operation?
Sir, COGS.
Yes. Cost of revenue from operation is COGS. So if 10%, if opening inventory is 10% of COGS or 10% of cost of revenue, that means opening inventory is how much? 64,000. That is what 10% of COGS will be. Is that right? And adding with it, closing stock, the value of closing stock is 3 times the opening stock. So 64,000 into 3. And if we divide it by 2, we will get the value of the average inventory. Right? Do you understand this? Yes or no? Just tell me if this is clear to you or not. 64,000 plus
140,000 plus 192,000.
yeah, sorry,
4,16,000.
64,000 into 3 will be how much? 1,92,000. So 192,000 divided by 2. Average inventory will be 1,28,000. If we just put this value here, 1,28,000, I think we'll get the answer. 6,40,000 divided by 128,000. So answer is 5 times.
Like 28,000. And
Next is
Inventory.
answer is 128,000.
അത് വെച്ച് divide ചെയ്യണോ അതിന്റെ
192 divided by 2. Answer
so, average inventory.
This is 192 plus 192.
To find out the average inventory, what we did, we take the value of the opening stock 64 plus 3 into 64 divided by 2, and 64 plus 192 divided by 2 equals to 1,28,000. And by putting this value in the formula, we got the answer equals to 5 times. Just tell me if this is clear. And anyone want me to scroll to any specific section of the solution? Let me know quickly. Evan, I think your mic is on. Kindly turn it off. Please note this down. And if you are done, do let me know so that we can go to the next question.
Done, sir.
I've been done.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay, everyone. Now we'll move to the next variety of the activity ratio, which is trade receivable turnover ratio. We already covered the formula of this in the previous session. And since Alexander was not there, so I'll have to write it again. And Alexander, I want you to note this down. Trade receivable turnover ratio. Okay. The formula for this is net credit sales divided by average trade receivable. Just a second. Receivables. Net credit sales divided by average trade receivable. This is the formula. And if you are not provided with the net sales in the question, or in fact net credit sale in the question, then to figure out the value of the net credit sales, we have this small formula that we can use. We can take the value of the total sales. Out of this, subtract the value of the cash sales, obviously, and then the sales return, if any. Okay, by doing this, you will get the value of the net credit sales. And if also you are not provided the average trade receivables, then in such a situation, you can add the value of the opening trade receivables. Opening, I'm writing PR for trade receivable plus closing PR and divide that by 2. Okay, you will get the value of the average trade receivable. And if you are curious that what is actually trade receivable, then to determine the value of trade receivable, what we do, we add the value of the debtors along with the bills receivable. So debtor along with bills receivable, collectively called the trade receivables. I hope you understand. Alexander, is that clear to you?
Yes, sir, understood.
Written? Done?
So 1 second. Done, sir.
Done. So next question. Based on trade receivable, we'll start with question number 45. I think all of you will be able to solve this question. Let's give it a try. By applying the formula, you have everything given there in the question. Debtors is there, bills receivable is there. You need to find out the value of the trade receivable turnover ratio. Net sales is also given. What do you think? I think you can solve it. Just give it a try, everyone. Solve it. Let me know whether you got Done? Done, everyone. This question was way too easy. I think you could have, you can easily solve this within a minute. I don't know why you are taking long. Credit sale is already given, and we need to find out the value of the average trade receivables. So, talking about the bills receivable, trade receivable, I'm sorry. The debtor is already given, bills receivable is also there. What more do you want? Alexander,
Sir,
Mariam, Alima. You couldn't solve it?
yeah, I got wrong. I got 12.
All right. See, the formula in this case as well, in case of trade receivable turnover ratio, is very simple. It is trade receivable turnover ratio. I'm using the abbreviation TRTR. Trade receivable turnover ratio is net credit sales divided by average paid receivable. Okay, so we have the credit sale already given in the question as 12 lakhs, I guess. And see, in order to find out the average trade receivables, since the closing trade receivable is not given, so whatever the paid receivable given in the question, that will only be treated as the average trade receivable. If the closing trade receivable is not given in the question, we'll simply presume that the trade receivable given in the question is the average trade receivable. So that means we'll simply, by adding the debtors and bills receivable, we'll get the answer 12 lakh plus debtors are, I guess it was 1,20,000, and the bills receivable is also given in the question as 80,000. So 12 lakhs divided by 2 lakhs. Answer will be 6 lakhs. Acha, I think you got confused because the closing trade receivable is not given in the question. So you thought you might have divided the 2 lakh by 2 to find out the average trade receivable. Right now, I think that is what you must have done. See, if the opening trade receivable is given and the closing trade receivable is given, then to find out the average trade receivable, you will have to divide it by 2. But if it is not given this way, opening and closing is not given, if the value of the debtors and the bills receivable is given, so to find out the average trade receivable, you just have to add this. All right. That will give you the value of the average trade receivable. I hope this is clear, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Moving to the next question. Try solving this. This time the opening and closing balances are To find out the average trade receivable in this case, you'll have to first of all do the average of the debtor and do the average of the bill receivable, and then you will be able to determine the value of the average trade receivable. I think you will be having difficulty solving it. Let me show you how we will solve this question. Trade receivable turnover ratio equals to net credit sales divided by the average trade receivable. So net credit sales can be calculated by subtracting the sales return and cash sales. So 1 lakh minus 15,000 minus the cash sales, say 23,500, and we need to find out the average trade receivables as well. But for that, we'll have to prepare an extra working group. Let's do that. To find out average trade receivable, in this case, what we'll have to do, we usually add the opening trade receivable given in the question and closing trade receivable divided by 2 to get the value of the average trade receivable. But in this question, information is given differently. To find out the average trade receivable, what we'll do, we'll take the value of the, we'll first do the average debtor. We'll find out the average debtor. Also find out average bills receivables, and whatever the average that we'll get, we'll just add it and find out average trade receivables. All right, so first of all, let's find out average sundry debtor. To find out average sundry debtor, what we'll do, we'll add opening debtor and closing debtor, 28 plus 25, and divide it by, so this will give us 28 plus 25 is, let me calculate, 28,000 plus 25,000 divided by 2, this is 26,500. Okay, this is the average of the debtor. And similarly, to find out the average bills receivable, we'll take the value of the opening and closing bills receivable, 7 plus 15, and divide it by 2. So that will be 7,000 plus 15,000 divided by 2 will be 11,000. Okay. Now, to find out the average trade receivable, we'll simply add these values. So sum total of this is 37,000 500. This is the average trade receivable. All right, everyone understood this? Whenever the opening and closing debtors are given, and the opening bill receivable and closing bill receivable is given, average trade receivable has to be determined this way. I hope this is clear, everyone. Just confirm if it is clear or not.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, then so we can now put the value here. It will be 1 lakh minus 15,000, 23,500. Calculating it, we'll get the total credit sale as just a second. It's 1,500 only, no? This is not 15,000. It's 1,500 only. So that will be 25,000 minus 1 lakh, 75,000 divided by amount of the receivable was 37,500. So that will give us 2. Understood, everyone? Alexander
Yes.
Mariam Abdin Halima. Okay then. Done writing it, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then the next question I'm giving you as a homework. Kindly take the screenshot of this. Also take the screenshot of 48. Also take the screen. All right, everyone. So, I want all of you to try these 4 cases right now. I'll give you the next question as the homework, but I want you to do it now. Take the screenshot of question number 49. Or let's do one thing. Just do it in the homework. Question number 49. Take the screenshot and do it in the homework. And try question number 50 now. Take the screenshot.
Done, sir.
Done, everyone?
Can you show 47?
47 as well.
Done.
49 I gave you as a homework, and 50 is comparatively small. It has only 4. Yeah, it is almost same. From the following information, calculate opening and closing trade receivable. If trade receivable turnover ratio is 3 times. Cash revenue from operations is 1/3 of the credit revenue from operation. Cost of revenue from operation is 3 lakh. Gross profit is 25% of revenue from operation. Trade receivable at the end are 3 times more than that in the beginning. You need to find out the value of the opening and closing trade receivable in this case. Hi everyone. I want all of you to try this. This is a little tricky, little difficult as compared to the previous questions that we did. But I think we'll be able to solve it. Just a second. Trade receivable turnover ratio is given. trade receivable turnover ratio is equal to, what is the formula? Formula for this is net credit sales divided by average trade receivables, right? Now, the trade receivable turnover ratio is already given in the question, which is 3 times. So it is 3. And net, we need to find out the net credit sales, which is regarding net credit sale. It is written in the question that a cash revenue from operation is 1/3 of credit revenue from operation. Okay, and gross profit is 25% of revenue from operation. Cost of revenue from operation is 3 lakh. How can we determine the value of the net credit sale? Net credit sales divided by average trade receivable. See, to find out the value of the net credit sale, I think we can apply the formula of the COGS, right? COGS is given in the question, na? Cost of revenue from operation is given. And I've told you that COGS stand for cost of revenue from operation. So formula for cost of net revenue from operation is what? Tell me. What is the formula for finding out the
Sir,
COGS? We have two formula. Net
net
sales
sales minus gross profit and opening stock plus net purchase plus direct expense minus closing stock.
Yes, but in this, as per this question, I think we should use this formula. COGS is already given in the question as 3 lakh. And net sales is calculated by adding the credit sales plus cash sales. And gross profit is calculated always on the total sale. So gross profit cannot be calculated since it says gross profit is 25% of revenue. And we have no idea about the revenue. But so just consider, take the value of the revenue. Can we take the value of the revenue as equals to X? Can we take the value of the revenue or the sales equal to X? So if the revenue is X, revenue from operation means total sales, everyone. All right. So if revenue from sales is X, then it will be 0.25 X or 25%. Let me just write it. 25% of revenue from operations. All right. Now I'm taking revenue from operation equals to X. So equation will be 3 lakh. Credit sale is how much? How much it is given in the question that cash revenue from operation is 1/3 of credit revenue from operation. Just a second. Credit sales is X and cash sales is cash revenue from operation is 1/3 of credit revenue. Students, let's do one thing. I'm not able to solve it right now. I'm not finding what I can do to find out the total sales. Let's just skip this question for now because we are already ahead of time. So why not we try this question in the next session? We'll continue the next class from this point onward, if it is okay for you. Alexander?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let's do one thing. Just because just a second. I think previous one was easy. I think you will be able to solve question number 49. Yeah, I think you can solve question number 49. But for now, just skip question number 50. We'll talk about it in the next session. I think I'm missing something in this question. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll discuss this in the next class. And apart from this, yeah, the next ratio that we have to discuss in this topic is trade table turnover ratio. And then we have worker to. We have one more ratio left in this activity ratio, na? That is working capital turnover ratio. So we'll talk about that as well in the tomorrow's session. All right.
Okay, sir.
So Alexander and Mariam, this is it for today's session. We'll talk about the activity ratio more in the next class. Till then, take care, everyone.